right. I think a new trailer for Doom Patrol just dropped. I think yesterday. You know, the show that's coming on the DC streaming service. It's debuting next week. I think next Friday, February 15th. And I'll be doing episodes, commentary and reviews of it, just like I did for Titans. And I've read, most of the Doom Patrol comics, so I think I'm ready. But anyways, let's get into this trailer.
This is the story of 5 fearless superheroes.
Justice League 2020!
More TV superheroes, just what the world needs.
Do you have a photo printer in there somewhere?
No.
Is it your butt? I bet it's his butt.
Are we really the best people to hunt a supervillain?
Hell no.
Wow, looks like they're going towards for like irreverent comedy vibe, which can work with the Doom Patrol. I wasn't sure what vibe they were going for because if you're someone who's read Doom Patrol comics, the Doom Patrols have very different incarnations over the years. You can go funny with them, but the Doom Patrol has gone to some pretty dark and disturbing and surreal places, and that's what I thought this show was going to be like. Especially, with their appearance in Titans, that was kind of a dark episode, the Doom Patrol episode. And, I mean, it was good dark. I'm not saying that was a bad thing. And I thought that the show would double down on that. But this, at least the tone of this trailer is they're going for more of the unlikely heroes and comedic vibe, which definitely works for Doom Patrol. And this is just a trailer, Sometimes they'll cut trailers to have a different vibe, to reel in different audiences, but the show itself could be different. So the show could actually be pretty dark and disturbing, and this trailer doesn't really show that. It's making it seem like the unlikely heroes and, more funny vibe. But I don't know. I like this. I like what I saw here. I'll start with, the big villain of this first season is, I think, going to be Mr. Nobody, who was a big villain in the Grant Morrison era of the Doom Patrol, and he came back in the Gerard Way Doom Patrol era. And I like the way that they rendered Mr. Nobody in live action, because in the comics, Mr. Nobody was supposed to be like, the way that he looked to people who saw him was like, he was this weird like shape that you would see out of the side of your eye. Like he was drawn very angular, and he wasn't supposed to look like he was like a real natural form. And the way they're realizing him in the show looks like he's this weird black energy being who's also strange looking. But you could see part of his face, which is different in the comic books. In the comic books, his face was just a black shape. But I think they wanted to show off for the show Alan Tudyk or Tudyk, and I'm not sure how to say his last name, his face, because I don't think an actor wants to be in a show and you can't see their face usually. It's the same reason why I think Ewan McGregor in that teaser thing for Birds of Prey, he's playing Black Mask, but he was just Ewan McGregor in like a club promoter suit. Because I don't think Ewan McGregor or his agent, he wants people to be able to see his face. He doesn't want people not to see it. But I like that, and I like the way Mr. Nobody looked in the brief snippet we got of him in this trailer. And I think it's interesting. We see Cyborg in action here, and Cyborg has not appeared in the DC universe so far at all. He wasn't in the Titans TV show, even though he was a big character in Titans comics. And it looks like he's going to have a very active and front and center role in the show. He was pretty much all over this trailer, and I like seeing how he was using his powers in action, when he brought up the shield, the hologram shield. I think we might have seen Ray Fisher's Cyborg do a little bit of that in Justice League. I don't remember everything about Justice League because it's been a while since I've watched it. But I do think that his presence here, Cyborg and Doom Patrol, could be trouble, because if Doom Patrol takes off and is well received, Titans was well received, and this version of Cyborg is well received, I think that might threaten to overshadow the one who's in Justice League in the DCEU by Ray Fisher, especially since they don't seem to want to do much with that character going forward. If they were making like a Cyborg movie like they originally said, and going to do all this stuff with Cyborg in live action on the big screen, maybe that wouldn't be much of an issue. But since they don't seem to want to do anything with Cyborg, we'll have this version on TV taken off. And I don't know, it could be like this TV Cyborg could be in danger of usurping the big screen one, which would be sad for Ray Fisher. But I did really like Cyborg in here. And they might have him more in line with the whole Booyah, Teen Titans Go version of the character, which is a bit lighter, more upbeat. And that's the Cyborg most people know. Well, at least before he was in the Justice League in live action. You know, the more booyah Cyborg, like little kids and stuff. So if they're playing up that version of the character in Doom Patrol, that could really work. To possibly Ray Fisher's detriment, unfortunately. But, you know, I like it. Those are the things that stood out the most for me from this trailer. I'm sure we'll get more. Well, we won't probably get more until the actual show comes on, because the show comes on in like a week. So I doubt we're going to get another trailer between now and then. We could, but at this point, I think if you want to know more about Doom Patrol, we just got to wait until we see the actual show. But, you know, I like this. It was a character introduction, you know. They ran through each character like really quickly, you know, with their own like title card. We didn't get to see them do that much because this is a very short, you know, trailer, but good stuff. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.